All right, sixth graders, this is to help you with question 8 on CR7. It says a plane flies at a speed of 390 miles per hour. Approximately how many hours would it take the plane to fly 1,230 miles? Okay, so if I consider miles per hour, I know it's 390 miles in just 1 hour. And I need to know how many hours will it take for it to travel 1,230 miles. Okay, so if I look at this, I say, oh gosh, I got to figure out 390 times how many hours gets me to 1230. Well, I could guess and check, and I could start substituting these number of hours in. I could do 390 times 5 hours. See how many miles that was. 390 times 4 hours. See how many miles. 390 times 3 hours. See how many total miles. And then I could say if I was 390 and I traveled 2 hours, how many total miles. The other thing to do, besides guessing and checking and multiplying your 390 per hour by however many hours they give you, you could also just take your 1230 and divide by 390. All right, so I'm going to say 390 is about 400. This is my estimation. 1230 is about 1200. About how many times does 400 go into 1200? 3 times. 4 times 3 is 12, and I got those 2 extra zeros. So that gives me a good hint that it's probably 3 hours. So now I know this is the one I want to check with. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 9 is 27. Put down a 7. Carry a 2. 3 times 3 is 9, 10, 11. That gets me to 1170. Wonder how close to 4 hours it'll be. Let's find out. So I'm going to subtract off now. 12. That 2 becomes a 1. This becomes a 13. 13 minus 7 is 6. So it's 6. Okay. Then I'm going to bring down a 0. 390 into 600. Well, 390 times 2 would be even greater than 600, I believe. Right? Because 300 times 2 is going to be quite a bit higher. So this would only go in 1 time. So that's 390. Subtract off. We could keep going. But it's going to be 3 point some hours. So about 3 hours for estimating. And this would really be how I would estimate it. I would say 1230 is about 1200. 390 is about 400. And I divide that out to see that it was about 3 hours. But you can absolutely guess and check, or you could set up a ratio. All right, I hope that helps.